Hello there, we are going to talk about wet bench, main process tank, assembly structure, part 1. This is the wet bench, main process tank structure. You can see this area is inner process tank here, and out here is this is the out process tank. We have the inner process tank and outside process tank. First of all, we use the piping to be chemical solution supply. The chemical solution supply from facility. And the circle return. Circle return, we'll talk about it next time. Chemical solution supply chemical into the inner process tank. Let the inner process tank full of chemical liquid solution. And it's full of the chemical solution. So if you continue to supply the chemical will overflow from the inner process tank to out process tank. Overflow to out process tank, and our process tank will establish a level. This is the out process tank process level here. And we used level sensor to control the chemical level. If the chemical is suitable feeling enough, there is the flow of chemical inner process tank, and the out process tank in this level. And this level we have a level sensor here, this one. It means that if the level to here, this is the suitable level, so this level sensor called it suit level sensor. And the out tank chemical level down to here. It means that there is no chemical solution overflow from the inner tank to out tank continuously. So the out tank level continue to be lower and lower until to here. This we call low level sensor. This one will sensor the low level and send alarm to engineer, to let engineer to come here to check it out. And this is the over level sensor. If the chemical is filled too much and the level over to the inner tank, over to out tank, and over, let inner tank and outer tank have a high over level, it will cause alarm to call engineer to come to inspect. So the over level sensor alarm and the low level sensor alarm, and the suitable sensor let you know the chemical supply to this level is okay, and stop to supply too much new chemical. And this is the dry sensor, dry level sensor here. The inner tank and the outer tank have a drain line. When the chemical change, it drain the used waste chemical to drain to facility. And when drain out the chemical solution, the inner tank drained chemical level be under the dry level sensor. So the dry level sensor will tell the equipment control center it is drained empty. So this is a dry level sensor. A new model have a level sensor, have a variable digital gauge. It is not shows just over, soot, low, or dry. It shows the 10 degree level. For example, this suitable level is degree 5. Higher is degree 6. More higher, degree 7. And the lower than suitable level below, degree 4. A little bit more lower, degree 3. It's a variable digital level sensor to let engineer know the out tank actually level processing. Okay, this is the inner tank and the outer tank, and this is a level sensor. Of course, we have a temperature sensor in the inner tank here to let the equipment shows the temperature value for system control. And the inner process tank, we have a wafer sinking in the chemical solution, and we will have a quartz wafer holder to hold the wafer. And the chemical supply from this chemical supply line. And the chemical into the inner tank, and the first to flow through the uniform plate. This is the chemical inlet, and through the uniform plate you will see the chemical flow from under the bottom and flow up with high uniformity by through the uniform plate. Then the chemical continue to flow up, and we used CO2 gas supply through the flow meter, as we talked about last time, and then the open valve. Then CO2 gas come into the bubbler producer, and this bubbler producer make CO2 bubble, producing with the chemical solution to do the chemical reaction with wafer. So first of all, use the uniform plate to make chemical solution flow up to the wafer with high uniformity, and use the CO2 with fixed pressure to make bubble to increasing the chemical reaction between the wafer and the chemical solution. This is the basic function with the workbench. Advanced type of equipment installation with a megasonic producer. This megasonic producer uses high frequency vibration to transfer the high frequency vibration to the chemical to make the chemical tank with high frequency vibration to increase the chemical reaction, and without too much vibration avoid damage the wafer structure. And there is an advanced device, we call it agitation. The agitationer inside the inner tank use an agitation plate with a design, pattern, and the movement. And this agitational plate can mix the chemical solution to a very high uniformity condition to do chemical reaction with the wafer. It's just like a big force megasonic producer and uniform plate combined to one device, advanced agitational. And the chemical, we have a chemical supply into the inner tank, and the out process tank will lead the chemical to filter to be filled, and to the heater to be heated to set up point. After the filter and the heater, the chemical going to return to the chemical supply line here. So this is two filter and a heater line, and back to the supply chemical supply line into the inner tank with a filled clean chemical solution and heated chemical solution. And you can see that this is the process inner process tank, and this is out process tank, and the whole process tank at this we called inner tank body. And the inner tank body have a leak sensor here. If any chemical leak to this inner tank body, the leak sensor will send alarm to engineer to check it out. And the inner tank body inside the out tank body. This is the out tank body. This is the inner tank body. The out tank body also have a leak sensor. If we got chemical leak, it get wet, it will send the alarm to engineer. And out tank body upside, top side, with a out tank cover seal. At first, the cover seal open and let the wafer in the tank by robot transfer, and the robot leave and out tank cover seal close and go into the process with the wafer. Okay, that's all. See you next time. We're going to talk about the main process tank continuously.